We've been here about 12 years now, although I haven't really been seriously gardening the garden for food for, I don't know, it's only 3 or 4 years really we've been really getting into it. Yes. It's very, very steep, yes. I call it Andean gardening actually here. As in, yes, every foot of horizontal land takes up sort of 2 foot of vertical land, basically. And yeah, I've kind of been working my way up the hillside here, slowly over the years, you know, adding an extra layer sort of yearly. Well, I've done a permaculture design course, although most of this has not been designed, only in a sort of slightly haphazard and ongoing manner. But I'm also quite interested in forest gardening, although this isn't strictly speaking forest garden either. It's I've sort of applied some of the principles of some of the plants that they use and the sort of planting principles. So things like underplanting the trees with comfrey, for instance, and herbs and things like that. So I've done that up here a bit, and also planting perennial vegetables as well as fruit as well. That's what I've been. So I've been sort of experimenting with various things a bit. This is edible flower bed.
Edible flowers, okay.
So everything in here is edible.
So you've got what, red aroc, you've got nasturtiums.
We've got nasturtiums, we've got daylily. We've got muskmallow, which is a native wild one as well. We've got meadow sweet, which you can put in drinks and things like that. Oh. There's campanula.
Well, what bit can you eat there?
The flowers are edible and the leaves, although it's obviously gone a bit tough and chewy at the moment this time of year.
And Nigella?
Nigella seeds.
The seeds.
You can use, not the flowers. And Aquilegia, which is no longer flowering, but the leaves there, the leaves and the flowers are all edible, very good, tasty in salads.
The leaves on the salad as well?
Yeah.
Oh right, so they're not bitter?
No, you could. Would you like to try some?
Fabulous.
Oh, here's some here, look, that's yummy.
That's fabulous.
Obviously, they get a bit chewy when they're
a bit older. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you. Philip has some.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Aquilegia, yum.
King Henry here, and actually the Welsh onion, so the sort of perennial things. There's Turkish rocket. There's this one that's flowering.
Well, that yellow one. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Is that and that's perennial too?
That's a perennial, yeah.
Haven't come across that one either.
And 9-star perennial broccoli. They've started sprouting again from the base, and 2 of them. I've just cut them right off at the base, and they're sprouting again. And beyond that, there's Babington leek, which is a perennial leek as well. Okay. Yeah, so these will come up every year. I haven't actually harvested them because they had little bulbs that I planted last year, and they'll spread. They're a bit like a cross between a kind of garlic and a leek in flavour, and they should keep coming up every year. They also, they don't mind a bit of shade, which is why I planted them under this plum. It's green gage actually. This one planted here under the plum tree, which is it's a bit of a forest gardening thing, because the comfrey has very deep tap roots, so it's effectively not competing with the plum tree, which has actually shallower roots than the comfrey, and the comfrey is bringing up minerals and things from further down, so that will be cropped a couple of times a year and used just as a mulch straight on the bed. It will rot down and it will, provide nutrients for the plum tree directly in situ, as it were. Which is a nitrogen fixer.
Yes, like all the germination.
And I don't know whether that's partly responsible for
No, I don't think
its growth. I mean, they do grow large, these anyway.
And is this one edible?
This is my shiitake mushroom.
Wow.
Which I've been growing on logs for some years, and I even managed to get one to fruit for the edible gardens, which was rather clever of me. You buy the little dowels, which are inoculated with the mushroom spawn. You drill a hole and then put your dowels in. These are about 6 years old now, and they're just about reaching the end of their life. You can see it's starting to, rot away completely. When I first got these going, well, they took about a year and a half before they fruited. You just have to leave them until the mycelium's grown out through the wood. But you would get 8 or 10 mushrooms off a log in one go when they were doing well.
Yes.
I'm on the lookout for some fresh cut oak to start some more.
So it's basically is oak's the best, is it, for it?
Oak is the best thing for shiitakes, although they will grow on other things. You can grow them on birch as well. I can show you the other thing I've been growing here, which I didn't actually manage to get fruited. Now these don't look very tasty.
Not so tasty, no.
These are oyster mushrooms growing on coffee grounds.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're you can see they're just beginning to see there's these little, they're called primordia when they're like these little pinpricks. So these are just about to fruit. This is a bit of an experiment, growing them on coffee grounds. But
so you had to drink all that coffee just to get a couple of mushrooms?
Just to get a couple of mushrooms, yes. Well, I do drink all that coffee anyway. And so I thought, yes, I collect my coffee grounds, keep them in the freezer until I got enough. The thing about growing mushrooms is it has to be, effectively a sterile kind of environment, so that, because obviously other spores and fungus and molds will get in, to something easily enough. So you need to start off with a sterile sort of. So coffee grounds is the thing. So this is it's a bit of an experiment. Trying it in bottles. It's not 100% whether it's going to work well yet. But there you go.
Thank you.
There's bayberry. I also put garlic in between everything.
Oh yeah, because that's meant to be good as well, isn't it? The garlic between.
So that's my little lean-to greenhouse as well. I've got some more tomatoes in there.
That's fabulous.
Cleverly designed, isn't that? Yes. So you've got a raised bed.
Yeah.
Then you've got effectively. Does this slide down or just clip down or?
These are just sort of slotted in. Them up.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or you can just take them out if it ever gets warm. Again, I just knocked it together.